This is a raw interview.
Life is raw.
Life is raw.
There's a lot of people on a quest for answers. Your channel's part of that quest for answers. Nicole, this is a really big problem in our field. If you believe things are genetic, it's very easy to be consistent. If you believe it's something in the environment, the next thing you've got to agree is on what in the environment it is. We've got examples of our ancestors and people living more natural lifestyles who are fine now. It's like we're all affected now and none of them were affected in the past. And we just don't know why.
These issues are so multifactorial.
I don't like that term, no, sorry.
Okay, why not?
Multifactorial is that term that's used to whitewash the wall where before you know the answer.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So if we accept there's an element of an environment in the etiology of malocclusion, and anyone watching this or colleagues, I would imagine you do, that's why you're watching it. 100 years ago, certainly 1,000 years ago, we thought 32 teeth were normal. We now think that 24 teeth are normal.
It's the new norm.
It's the new norm, exactly. If you think this is genetic, you and me have got some pretty different ideas on science. You might as well think the Earth's flat. Something's gone on. Something really weird has changed, and we've only got 28 teeth, and all my fingers fit on my hands. What I stand for is that we should have debate on the cause. This is my big thing. For crying out loud, we've gone from breathing out our nose, the tongue on the roof of the mouth and the mouth closed, to hanging the mouth out. We've gone from breast and bottle, late weaning on hard things, over to early weaning, bottle, soft things.
In terms of the changing face, what do you think is the biggest factor?
Muscle effect, muscle function, and posture. Kids are supposed to breathe through their nose, mouth closed, tongue on the roof of the mouth. But if you hang your mouth open and you have weak muscles, you've seen someone who's had a stroke, so you know what happens. And that's the modern human. As the vertical gets increased, the cross-section area gets reduced. As you increase the length, you're not making any more volume, so you've got to reduce the width and the depth. But we've got 32 teeth down to 28 teeth. So clearly I've had a few problems. I'm really focused on answers. I'm not going to be your normal person. I've given my life to finding answers. The last few years have been brutal. In a way, most people don't know brutal. I used to be a dentist. I had a clinic. I don't have anything now. I'm thinking about how I'm going to pay this month's rent. Everything's been cancelled. Everything down the list. You cancel the lot. I've been hit quite hard by the system. Why have I been punished? Why? What have I really done? It's a clear philosophical issue. I just lack the evidence base to say what I was saying and do what I was doing. But everything I'm saying would be common speech in any meeting you would go to. But how do you demonstrate that in a courtroom?
They don't understand it.
I had two objectives to keep orthotropics going. The other objective was getting word out there. When YouTube arrived, Facebook arrived, I jumped on it to get the information out there. You can't fool all of the people all of the time. If you're aged 12 to 22, this is the default idea. I made sense. It was bound to happen sometime, wasn't it? As soon as kids work out that there's a significant environmental influence over how their faces grow, what are they going to do? And oh my God, did they kick it out the ballpark.
We know when we see these wide forejaws, good grown faces, we see larger airways, healthier people. Not just better looking cosmetically, but there's typically better health.
What is good looking? What does it mean? Why are you attracted to high cheekbones? Why are you attracted to a strong jaw?
What is the answer?
Maybe it's health. We're hardwired to be attracted to healthy people. That's why Mewing did so well.
Do you think these kids are getting the health aspect of this? Your concept and how Mewing came about?
We counted the statistics in TikTok and we think it's hit the 20 to 30 billion now. Guys, you've got to realize that what I'm saying is the definitive underlying theory of facial growth in the population under 25. Whether they believed in the Mewing movement, whether they did Mewing, the definitive conversation in the school ground is how faces are malleable and influenced by the environment. So when someone says to them it's all genetic, they'll just go, are you stupid?
The take-home message from this whole Mewing movement is that faces are malleable by oral posture.
Yeah, I've won. I've managed to get my idea across before they struck me off. They don't all know it's me, but this story is going to come out. Again, you can't fool all the people all the time. You can't do it. I really think all the problems are ramping up now. Sleep apnea wasn't in my syllabus when I qualified as a dentist in '93. I damn knew it wasn't in the syllabus. It's killing 20% of the population a decade early. Disease that wasn't in my syllabus. Look at the anthropologists who are saying the more complex the grave is, the more malocclusion you've got. I don't want to sound like I'm too antagonistic to the orthodontic community. They have completely messed me over. And I've been trying to get engagement on the etiology for many years in the UK, and that's gone nowhere.
If people who are watching this aren't sure exactly what's going on, could you summarize it?
The British Orthodontic Society decided to write 21 allegations. The British Orthodontic Society referred me to the General Dental Council. They set out and they did it in the most brutal way. It was done with intent. I was found guilty of everything, and literally everyone that looked at them said, oh wow, they've gone over the board with these charges. They're just crazy. It was the things like doing expansion or telling a patient that I could improve the nasal airway using expansion.
Well, wait, isn't there research showing that's true?
Sorry, I was found guilty. Sorry, I think you need to revise your textbooks here. I was found guilty by the General Dental Council in the United Kingdom, and that's a fact. We showed research that seemed to demonstrate precisely that, but they preferred the opinion of the experts. It's hard enough to make an absolute dead cert proof when someone's biased. In fact, GDC, sue me if I'm wrong, but I think we clearly demonstrated your experts were very biased. Could those two anonymous people be John and Michael Mew? Done. Is it? It's my career. I've lost it. I've gone bankrupt. I've lost everything. Everything. The concept I put forward is called craniofacial dystrophy. It means incorrect growth of the craniofacial complex. And we can all agree it's not growing properly, and something that ain't the right shape don't work proper. It's not the right shape, and it sometimes doesn't look as good, and that is a real double-edged sword. You can't kill an idea whose time has come. Mewing, my name is written over the whole goddamn thing. There's 3 generations of my family have been on this path. It's one thing to say, oh Michael, you got lucky, and I did get lucky, but remember, I was doing exactly what I aimed to do. I'd spent a lot of money and resources on trying to get exactly this thing done, and I did do it. I'm on the spectrum. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm always been a little bit strange.
It's the neurodivergent thinkers that will change the world.
I love life. I truly love the breaths I take and the being with people and the everyday dealing occurrences. And how am I disposed to having lost everything and still being me, positive, got to get up, got to do something, got to change the world? I think that when you can endure so much because you're on a quasi-religious mission, we're going to have a once-a-time chance to mould everything forwards in a certain direction. We're going to do a campaign because I need people's help. So what we're suggesting is we do a malocclusion mayhem. What binds us all together is our belief that there's an environmental element. If there's an environmental element, we could be doing prevention. With simple things like eat with your mouth shut, breathe through your nose, stand up straight with your mouth shut. In a way, mewing's just a trick, it's a hack. It's a good way of using suction to keep you standing up straight with your mouth shut. That's what it is, a good thing. I don't want to be antagonistic to orthodontists. I just think we could do more than we're doing. I think I should recover, I hope, yeah? Because we've got to get this change in the world. Support me, because that's what's driving me forward. It's your duty. I should remind you to get the work out.
Dr. Mike Mew, the face behind the Mewing movement, reveals all. This is Dr. Mew's first interview since the end of his devastating court case. Subscribe to Airway Answers with Nicole Goldfarb on YouTube for the full interview as he shares his side of the story.